my dear Marcus Obregon. Mostly points, 6-rounders, KO1, 8-rounders. His last fight at 12 rounds, only 12-rounder he's done in his whole career. So he's really up against it tonight, is Marcus Obregon.
And Hawk Makepula, that record is becoming more and more impressive as you throw in the name of Baby Jake Matlala. Points win in his last fight. That was on the 19th of February earlier this year.
A good win against Loreno, against the odds there. A very, very good win.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the second of our 3 title fights this evening. This is for the WBU Flyweight World title. It's scheduled for 12 rounds. Our judges, Eddie Marshall, Dave Stone and Howard Goldberg. Our fight commissioner, who was with us in the ring, Mr. Bobby Rogers, and our referee, Mr. Daryl Ribbick. We get to the challenger. He is fighting out of the red corner on my left. He weighed in at 48.9 kilograms. He has 15 professional bouts, 11 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, 1 win by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Chaco in Argentina, please welcome Marcos Obregon. We get to the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner on my right. He weighed in at 48.85 kilograms. He's fighting in the blue trunks with red and white trim. He has a perfect record of 17 wins from 17 contests, 12 of those wins by way of knockout. He is a 2-time world champion. He has relinquished the WBO belt he won in this ring in February this year to defend a title he already owns, a title he won back in September 1998 in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the current WBU Junior Flyweight Champion of the world. He hails from Umdansani in the Eastern Cape, the Umdansani Mola, Masibulele, Hawk Makepula.
Good reception here for Hawk Makepula.
Just looking at the rules, the WBU rules, the 20-point must system, 3 knockdown rule, not in effect.
Remember to score 20 points, Nick. I still tend to go with the 10 points, and I keep forgetting.
Only the referee can stop the fight, that referee Daryl Ribbick, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell. And that in any round. So it's a last-minute hug there from Zian Gurney as he leaves the ring, and it's all up to his fighter Hawk Makepula to defend this WBU title now. Well, as we pointed out, Obregon really does have a bit of a mountain to climb. He is the Argentinian champion. Argentinian fighters, by and large, too, are not to be underestimated at any time. But you're looking basically at the inexperience of Obregon, never having fought outside the country. How well does he travel? That's the question. All these questions will be answered very shortly.
Well, that's Marcus Obregon. He's in the black trunks, and Hawk Makepula, he's in the red and blue trunks. Hawk Makepula defending his WBU Junior Flyweight title here.
I think most fight analysts before this, journalists and commentators alike, were feeling that of the 3 fights, the Makepula fight looked on the surface of things to be the easiest, but you never know in boxing. Certainly Cassius Beloy had an easy fight tonight against Hector Lizarraga. That wasn't to be seen at all.
It was completely against the odds. We expected Lizarraga to go the 12 rounds. But Joey in the 12 rounder, scheduled 12 rounder with Hawk Makepula, the champion, defending against Marcus Obregon from Argentina. And they're fighting at a weight limit of 48.99 kilograms.
Makepula is controlling the center of the ring at the moment and using that reach advantage.
A good little right came in here. As Obregon came in, he caught, Makepula caught him with a good little right hand. Sharp right hand. Makepula weighed in at 48.85 and Obregon at 48.90, so evenly matched in the weight stakes, but Makepula got the advantage in reach and height, and he's got to use that left hand to keep Obregon out. Obregon's got to get underneath that left hand.
The couple of times that Obregon is trying to move inside this round, Hawk Makepula has picked him off quite easily.
Picked him off with a good right hand there, so a chopping right hand beside the head.
So I tell you what, I think there are real danger signals ahead for Obregon. If he's going to come in and leave himself as open as he is at the moment, he's going to get himself stopped, I think, because Makepula's got good power.
Well, you know, and looking at the record of Obregon, he's only got one stoppage in his record. And a good round here for the champion. Just commanding the center ring, just pushing out that jab, keeping the shorter man Obregon on the outside of that jab. Good combinations coming there from Makepula. Warming to his task here.
Both fighters turning away.
Same, you know, that sounds like the gong. That's a sort of boom boom sound.
Well, I don't think it sounds anything like
Well,
a
there you
bell,
are,
let's be
that's
honest. That sounds like a bell.
To them, Nick, that sounds like a gong.
You see what I mean about Obregon coming in and leaving himself a little exposed there as he eats a right hand from Makepula.
It's very difficult there for Obregon, Nick. He just hasn't got the reach, and he's really up against it.
Obregon first up off the stool to start the second round, scheduled for 12. The WBU Junior Flyweight title at stake. Hawk Makepula defending. And coming off a nice opening round, the Hawk landed one impressive right hand. We picked that up on the slow motion between rounds. Obregon, the shorter fighter, he looks as if he needs to get inside to do his best work. Makepula will be quite content to just make him eat those left jabs and to counter with that right hand, perhaps even lead with that right hand too. He's controlling the middle of the ring nicely.
Well, you can see the reddening of the face of Obregon. It's from those jabs. He's been picking them up right from the first bout.
Now, I'm sure the thinking was for Hawk Makepula, he'd come off a very tough fight against baby Jake McFarlane. No sense in throwing him straight into another tough one, so this looked on paper to be a much easier fight for him.
It's really finding it difficult against a smaller man. You know, it's not that easy to punch down for a fighter.
And yet he's always having to punch down because he's a very tall man for a junior fly, is Makepula.
But really having a battle here, it's actually a tight defense Obregon's got, a very tight defense.
Comes out of East London, the Inland Sani region, does Hawk Makepula.
A good chopping right hand there from Makepula. Good straight left coming there from Makepula. That's just piling up the points.
Obregon landing a left jab. Been few and far between from the Argentinian challenger.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Little left hand coming there from the challenger. The last minute of round 2 of the scheduled 12-rounder for the WBU Junior Flyweight title.
Nice movement along the ropes there from Obregon.
Step back, step back. Referee Darryl Rubin here, appreciating in all the fights tonight. Missing here from Hawk Makepula. A little flurry at the end of the round from Obregon.
Well, they're learning.
Didn't pick it up that time. Possibly a shade at that round is Hawk Makepula.
Well, I've certainly given him the opening 2 rounds, Hawk Makepula.
Just
doing enough to control the action, really. Big Top Arena it is here at Carnival City. Triple Thunder, the build. Still to come, Baby Jake Matlala. He has what looks to be a tough fight against Peter Culshaw, a man who's beaten our own Zalili Mbeki, very talented fighter from the border region. Also beaten Daniel Ward, another talent in this division, has Peter Culshaw. He's now the WBU champion, and he'll be looking to hold on to that title against our pocket-sized Dynamo, one of the most popular fighters we've ever produced.
Confidence in his face, Nick, and look at the muscle tone. You know, quite amazing for a man at 38 years old, coming in the condition. That's absolute dedication.
Now, it's official now. Jake is 38, is he?
Yes,
because he seems to have been 38 for the last couple of years.
That's what he told me, and I believe it.
Round 3.
Very slow to get the bell going as the two fighters off their stools. We're into round 3 of the scheduled 12-rounder.
Well, quick start from Makepula.
Hawk Makepula, that's the defending WBU champion in the blue and red trunks. That's Marcus Obregon from the Argentine.
I think Makepula just looking to turn up the heat a little bit in this third round. Feels he's got the measure of his man in those opening couple of rounds. Now it's time to go to work. You know, disadvantage, of course, for Obregon coming to South Africa, first time fighting out of the country, but an advantage in the sense that the Makepula camp won't have known too much about him either.
Nothing on video about him, and finally, just look at him. He's a very difficult, tight defense, so it's not easy for Hawk Makepula just to penetrate.
No, he knows his way around the ring. You can see that, Obregon. He's quite shifty. He gets out of that situation quite nicely as a right whistles over the top from Makepula. Break! Clear instructions from Daryl Ribbink, who you may have noticed is in the ring once again. In fact, he's doing all 3 fights, so that's slightly unusual.
Most unusual.
All 3 title fights.
I can't recall it ever happening in the South African ring.
Two-fisted attack from Makepula. No real problem for Obregon just yet.
He's never really been hurt by any of the shots coming in from Makepula.
Well, he could be your typical rugged Argentinian fighter with a good chin.
Well, he's got a good fighter in his corner, Walter DiPaci. Very experienced fighter, he's been out this country before. Fought against
Lavoya Kukaza, didn't he?
Kukaza, yes. They fought a draw.
And then he had another fight out here too, and I'm trying to remember who it was.
Which one right now. He's been out here before. He's actually brought fighters out here, so he knows the setup in South Africa.
And he fought Harry Simon, of course, too.
Yeah, he stopped Harry Simon. He went, I think, 11 rounds of Harry Simon.
And that at junior middle. Oh, right hand lands from Obregon. He's turning up the heat a little bit too. Makepula is winning the rounds as far as I'm concerned, but it's certainly not a one-sided fight.
No, not at all. Not looking too spectacular in doing it because the Argentinian is rather cagey.
And he's been able to land once or twice. I don't know quite whether he's got the power to really trouble Makepula.
Good right hand coming in right at the bell. A good right hand there from Makepula.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, another one in the bank for Makepula. Pitching a shutout thus far. Still early stages of the fight though. Scheduled for 12.
Don't throw punches and allow him to go and be in the position, okay?
The WBU belt, that's what it's all about. It belongs to this man, Peter Culshaw. Baby Jake Matlala in the role of challenger this evening. Well, he's mentally trying to psych himself into this fight, isn't he? He knows Baby Jake Matlala rather well. They sparred together a couple of years back when Jake was champion. Now the roles are reversed. Matlala challenger, Culshaw the champion. Looking at Makepula and Obregon, the overhead camera just shows you the reach advantage that Makepula enjoys.
Round 4.
Into round 4 of the scheduled 12-rounder. And Hawk Makepula scoring the better punches, but missing with a lot of punches.
Take a seat there.
A referee, Daryl Rubik,
Thank you.
just asked him to get the seat out of the way. And into the fourth round now. Makepula commanding the center ring, having the better of them. Not many good punches coming back from Obregon, but Obregon very difficult to catch because he tight defense, moving all the time, and ducking low.
Makepula, a hard worker between fights as well. Young man takes his craft very seriously.
He's got very good sparring down in East London, Nick, in the Zulu gym.
Obregon fires back. It's good to see from the challenger.
Well, he's like just going to fall down, this challenger.
No, he realizes this is a big opportunity for him if he can win the WBU title.
Makepula finding it very difficult to get through the guard of Obregon. And that's Obregon in the black trunks, and Hawk Makepula defending WBU flyweight, junior flyweight champion in the blue and red trunks.
Well, Marcelo De Croce, who we've just spoken about, was a very cagey fighter himself, and I'm sure it's all rubbing off on Obregon. Although he did take a right hand there from Makepula. Crowd sensed it too.
Good right hand coming again from Makepula. But Obregon taking those shots very well.
Once again, Makepula just turning it up though towards the end of this fourth round we're in. Scheduled for 12. WBU junior flyweight champion.
Good Makepula coming there from that. That really stunned the Argentine.
Am I slow to notice this, or have the WBU always had their own branded gloves inside the fights? As Ron takes a swig of water. Take your time, Ron.
Nick, I always do this. You watch all their fights, you see the pictures from overseas. They like to advertise, and I suppose they're right.
Well, I think being one of the latter bodies on the world scene, obviously they've got some catching up to do, and as you say, a little bit of healthy self-promotion never went amiss.
Exactly, very much so. He's going the last 10 seconds out of round 4, and another good round for the champion.
Stop!
Fíjate que cuando vos le querés pegar, le pegás al pibe.
Well, it's nice to listen to, but not many of us are understanding. Spanish coming out of that corner. Wonder if we can get Rochelle Duran back as translator.
That's a good idea, Nick.
No te descuides, no bajes la brecha, porque si vos sentiste un poquito de algo, de cansancio, él también está cansado.
Roberto Duran Jr. starting off the bill this evening. Then we had Cassius Beloy in action. Two swingers into the Hawk Makepula fight. We've gone, and Baby Jake Maslala to come.
Some action here from that fourth round, and you can see, even though Makepula's leading and scoring, that he's missing a lot of punches. And that was a good little uppercut that came in there from Makepula, possibly the best punch of the fight. They're into round 5 with the scheduled 12 rounder for the WBU Junior Flyweight Championship. Fighting at a limit of 48.99 kilograms. These are the small men.
Not the smallest, of course. There's still a division below this, but
strawweight, they're about 47.5. Nick.
You know, it's only when you go to a weigh-in and you stand next to these guys that you realise just how small they are.
I know Stan Kasalulu once was refereeing a fight in Korea, and he weighed more than the two fighters in the ring.
Well, Makepula again making a quick start to this round. Good defensive skills, though, from Obregon.
Makepula's catching with the odd punch, but not landing as many as he'd like to.
Well, round after round now, falling into the same pattern. It's Makepula controlling the action from the middle of the ring, coming forward, and Obregon, by and large, looking to defend and throwing the odd counter. Makepula winning the rounds, on my card. In fact, he's won all the rounds, that's why.
Well, Obregon's going to have to do something. He's going to have to lift it and get underneath that long reach, because he's giving the rounds away. You can't afford, he's already given 4 away. You just remember they're scoring on the 20-point system here. The WBU scores 20 points per round, so a little bit different to the 10 points. So when you hear the result, if it goes to 12 rounds, don't be shattered if you hear something in the 200s.
I must say, when I first heard that they come up with this 20-point must system, I thought it was a little confusing, but I'm starting to see more and more strong points for it. If it's well administered, who knows, it could catch on.
But Nick, you have to be a lot of guts, because you've got to score 2016 and big gaps like that, and it could work, but everybody's got to apply it like that.
I just think it allows you to score a winning round more easily for a fighter, and that's the reason they introduced it.
Very little coming back from Obregon. He just can't get underneath that long reach of Hawk Makepula.
Well, you know, he's been unwilling to take a chance at this stage of the fight, has Obregon. But I think as he's dropping these rounds, there's going to have to come a stage in this fight where he says, okay, right, plan B. Put your head down, charge, whatever.
But he hasn't got the power. Look at his record. I think he's only had 1 stoppage in his 15 fights. So
that was a slip.
That was a slip. In the last 10 seconds of round 5. No real fireworks coming from either fighter. But again, Hawk Makepula commanding the fight, landing the better punches. And you can see the slickness of the Argentinian. He's slipping inside those punches, making it very difficult. Obregon very clever, making Makepula miss badly at times. But he's not coming back himself, so he's not going to win points for him.
Or friends, for that matter.
You're right. Doesn't make for a good fight.
Well, I wish I spoke Spanish, because there's a lot of it coming out of Obregon's corner at the moment. Really urging him into this fight. I suspect they're asking him to try and put a little more pressure on Makepula. He's got to slip the jab, though.
Well, Nick, look at his record, and only 1 stoppage. He's giving away too many rounds to win at a point. So if he's hoping for a knockout, I'll be surprised.
Makepula with those elbows tucked in. Those shots to the body are not landing, really. That's one area Makepula has improved enormously since winning the title. In his early fights, he was at times wide open. He's a lot more defensively aware. I think that's the best way of describing it these days. But that's what comes with world title experience. And fighting the likes of Baby Jack McClellan.
It's the elbow coming through, okay. Box!
That was low.
Hawk, you hit him on the backside. Okay, it's box.
Hawk didn't pick up a referee's ribbing there for hitting on the backside, but I think it was just one of those things that just happened. Good movement coming from Obregon. Makepula find it very difficult to land accurate punches on Obregon. The last 10 seconds will be halfway through this fight. The scheduled 12 rounder coming to the end of round number 6. And all 6 go to Makepula on my card.
Muy bien, muy bien. Muy bien. Consiga. Carga, Maindi, carga. Vamos, Martín. Más cantidad. Ahí es enterito, ¿no?
Well, perhaps there were signs with some of these body shots that Obregon is starting to trade and throw punches back a little more than he has in previous rounds. He's certainly got to start looking at doing that, Ron, because he's a mile behind on points.
Yes, he's got to do something. And he's trying to work through, but you can see the elbows tucked in there by Makepula, and he just can't get through the guard of Makepula.
Round 7.
Into the second half of the round we go.
The second half of the fight, here we go. It's 12 rounds. So, and it's been all Makepula. It hasn't been vintage Makepula, but is doing enough to edge the rounds.
Again, each round has started at a pretty lively pace. Well, I don't think that landed as flush as the crowd thought.
Well, Obregon's never really been hurt in the fight. He's taken some of the best shots that Makepula's thrown tonight. And he really hasn't looked in trouble. Good little left hand coming there for Makepula. Short uppercut.
Makepula pressing the attack, Obregon off the ropes. One thing the Argentinian has done extremely well is move around the ring, and Makepula, I guess he's tried to cut down the ring at times, but he is guilty, as you can see at the moment, just following him around the ring.
You know, as I warned, he could possibly be a cagey fighter. He comes out that hard Argentinian school, and he's showing us that he's learned his trade well.
Yeah, and it's a very professional school too in Argentina. They learn the craft well. The sweet science of boxing. Makepula mixing it up to body and head, working well to the body there. Got the edge in punching power. You can hear that, in fact, ringside.
I see the two fights that Obregon's lost. He lost it on points, so he's got a tough chin. Has really been tested tonight by Makepula.
And Obregon going 12 in his last fight too, so he's used to going the distance, or he's had experience of going the distance at any rate. That was winning the Argentinian title against Wellington Vicente.
Very little coming back from Obregon. Really not scoring points. Makepula landing the odd one to score. Good work got from Makepula as he backed Obregon against the ropes. A good round there for the champion.
With that left foot body, block and counter back. Okay, then? Let's do that. Can you do that again? Can you do that again? Keep your hands up. Okay? Double the jab, and follow with the jab. Okay? When you hit your man, make a follow up. Make a follow up. Okay? Now, can you stick to the ball again? It's the distance that is important. Okay? It's your distance. Got it, please.
So far, Hawk is making a mistake. It's head hunting. He's not going for a body. The last round, I saw him going for a body, and you can see slow the guys down. It's a very clever fighter, very experienced. But if Hawk keeps on going for a head, he won't get his guy. He should go to the body and come up to the head.
Go to the body, back to our commentators.
Well, very good observation there by young Brakpan. I think he's hit it spot on. Hawk was head hunting, not going for the body. And possibly that's where he's got to go. But he's up against a cagey fighter. It's not easy to get into the body because you see those elbows tucked in, tight defense. Argentinian, not easy to get in. Bends low, very difficult to get in underneath.
Once again, it's a very lively start to the round. Makepula coming off best.
And we're into round 8 here, the scheduled 12 rounder for the WBU Junior Flyweight Championship. And Hawk Makepula, the defending champion, in the blue trunks with the red trim, and Marcus Obregon from Argentina in the black trunks. A fast start there to the round by Hawk Makepula.
I think Obregon's landed his best shots to the body, just not enough of them, and that's because he's being backed up all the time. He's just not in a position to punch. Both fighters in good condition, physically in good shape coming into the ring.
You can see the confidence in the face of Makepula, fighting a controlled fight. He's waiting for openings to pick his punches up against a good mover.
Takes a right hand from Obregon. That's one of the few he's managed to land clean. Just swiveled the head of Hawk Makepula.
It's all Hawk Makepula just backing up Obregon. Obregon is backing off, backpedaling all the time. And a good body shot coming there from Makepula. But when you look at it, there's not much of a body target there for him. The trunks are rather high. The small man, so not easy to get into the body of Obregon. Same pattern. This has been the pattern right throughout this fight in the first 7 rounds, and we're into round 8 here. And really, nothing has changed much from the first round. It's with Hawk chasing and the Argentinian just backing off and trying to survive.
Good variety of punches there from Makepula. Again, mixing up the head and body shots. He'd like to stop his man. I know he feels he's well in control.
I think we all expected this, but as I warned, his Argentinians come from a tough school, and he's a survivor. Possibly he can go the full 12 rounds. Who knows? Stop.
Vamos. Vamos aquí, ¿no? Si puedes trabajar un poquito más fuerte, con más ganas, con más ganas tienes que trabajar. Entonces el libre confianza se está quedando muy, estamos partiendo la pelea por puntos. Son 4 rounds, tendrás para trabajar 36 rounds.
Well, I must say, thus far I've given every round to Hawk Makepula as he takes a right hand there from Obregon.
I just note a little bit of something lacking in Makepula. That sharpness is just not there. He doesn't seem to have that sharpness he had in the previous fight against Baby Jack McLaren. His punches aren't as crisp.
Well, I think the challenge of Baby Jack McLaren brought that out of Hawk Makepula. And maybe Obregon, Hawk realizes, he's doing enough to win the fight. And we pointed out that Obregon is a good defensive fighter. He's very, very cagey. And has a good chin, quite obviously.
Again, a fast start from the champion.
You see this every round.
Into round 9.
The crowd urging Makepula now to knock Obregon out.
I don't think he's going to do it. Obregon holding there. You can see the experience.
I think the crowd actually wanting a little more action. Been the Makepula show from the opening bell.
He's the one every round. Going to possibly pitch a shutout here tonight. He's had 17 fights, 17 wins. Obregon 15 fights, 11 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses.
Stop! Go to the corners. Give me time, please. You take your seat over there.
Thank you.
Well, it's I cannot believe this. Bjorni Bungu getting a talking to from Darryl Ribbing.
Well, he's not officially a corner man, and he's quite correct.
He sent Bjorni out of the corner. Bjorni looking very sheepish as he left the corner. Our former world champion.
He's got no right to be there, so he's not an official cornerman. No, I don't think it's to make any difference if he's in the corner or not. Hawks have got complete control.
Right hand tattooing the face of challenger Obregon.
Really, the Obregon has never really looked in trouble. He's never looked like going down. And, low punch coming in there from Hawk Makepula, unintentional though. It hasn't been an exciting fight, but possibly the styles. The style of Obregon has made it very difficult for Makepula.
You know, we've spoken about Marcelo De Croce in Obregon's corner, and the fact that he's fought out here. He fought our own Lavoya Kakaza. He was exactly the same fighter as Obregon. A defensively very cagey fighter. Didn't always make for the most explosive fight, but he was smart. And you can see the same with Obregon. Takes a good shot. He's quite slick defensively. And
a lot of good fighters are coming out to Argentina. You remember the days of Victor Galindez? They came out to this country. We've had a lot of fighters come in the early years. Excellent fighters.
Every now and then they produce a good heavyweight as well. We've waited a while for one in recent years, that's for sure.
You're right.
Another round for Hawk Makepula. I'm not going to say a big round, but always in total control. Still to come, Baby Jack McLaughlin against Peter Culshaw. We've got quite a lot of fight personalities in the house tonight. Jan Bergman, top-rated junior welter contender, lost that fight with Zeb Judah, but no disgrace there. Judah's a great fighter and building a great career at the moment. Well, you can see Obregon throwing shots back to the body, but he doesn't stand his ground. He's forced to back up once again. He has problems punching when he's on the back foot. Well, this one looks as if it may well go the full 12. Hawk Makepula defending his WBU junior flyweight title. If Baby Jake McLaughlin were to win tonight, it sets up a possible rematch between the two. I know Rodney Berman would like to put that one together again. The only problem would be, what division would they fight at? Would Hawk Makepula go up and fight at fly, or would Baby Jake come down to junior fly?
Well, a little bit of showboating up from Hawk Makepula, giving the fans a bit of a show here. Finding it very difficult to get through that tight defense of Marcus Obregon.
Could they fight a catchweight non-title fight, Ron?
No, never. You must,
Hawk,
must
you've
fight
got to have a title on the line, eh?
It's got to be a certain weight division.
Well, just thinking from a South African point of view, that's where all the interest is. They possibly could fight a non-title
Well,
fight.
they've got to fight for a title, you know, because it makes it a little bit more interesting. Much more at stake.
Makepula just backing up a little bit.
He's trying to make a fight of it. Let Obregon come to him. Possibly catch him with a counter punch.
Yeah, believe me, this is not Obregon going forward. It's Makepula deciding to back up.
Obregon's been very disappointing. Really hasn't shown much other than good defensive skills. But very little coming from Obregon in the way of good punches.
And those that do come in, by and large, are picked up on the gloves of Makepula. He is a much improved defensive fighter, that is for sure, is Hawk Makepula. So that makes him a more complete fighter these days.
Makepula obviously trying to make Obregon come to him, but Obregon really not falling for the bait.
Yeah, we've reached the stage of the fight as Obregon hesitating before he punches, where Obregon really just has to throw all caution to the wind, unless he, wants to go home just to say I went the 12 rounds. But I just can't believe that figures in his fight plans. It really shouldn't.
Very little coming from Obregon. Very few scoring punches. And a few scoring punches come from Makepula, and a few that land are from the champion, Makepula.
Who on my card has won every round thus far. And wins another one too, even though he was going back. That, you could make a case for that being an even round. How's your scorecard going, right?
Well, I've got 10-0.
10-0. Sounds like a soccer score. Big one too.
The more sign keep down.
We had the son of the Hands of Stone earlier this evening. Here's Little Hands of Stone.
Impressions of this fight?
Well, I mean, as you can see, Hawk is fighting very well, is doing very well, and he jumps, he moves clockwise. I think right now, if maybe can just move anti-clockwise, then it will maybe...
Thank you very much, Hands of Stone.
Leslie Honolo Ledwaba, IBF junior feather champ, and really another fighter who has grown in stature since picking up the title. His last two defenses, he really has looked superb. And he's heading for higher honours too. Got some talent in this country at the moment, Ron.
Oh yes, some very good fighters. You know, Masibulele is fighting for the world title soon. You got Zolani Patello defending his title in England.
I'm pleased to hear Batile is fighting for a world title again. He'd sort of disappeared off the scene a little bit for a while, and he's another real talent from that border region again.
Only lost the one fight to Tim Austin. He lost an IBF bantamweight title.
And Austin's still a champion, or
yes, still a champion today. Very good champion too.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
Well, a little bit of action here coming in from Obregon. A bit of water or sweat falling on my head.
Well, whatever language you're speaking, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, you've got to tell him he's way behind. Knock him out.
Makepula just landing too short. He's just not getting in close enough against his shorter opponent. And that's Hawk Makepula, defending champion in the blue trunks with the red trim. Punches being thrown there by Obregon, but they're not effective.
He's throwing a few more punches in the round. The hands are getting a little busier.
The best he's had in the fight.
Well, he's realised now he's in the 11th round. There's only one more to go. Hands a right hand, light right hand. Makepula pulling back.
Well, he's certainly doing more this round than Makepula is. Makepula just not getting off. You can see there, he threw that left hand and was going to throw the right and realised that Obregon just moved out the way. Just hasn't been able to work out this awkward style of tight defence of Obregon.
Let's also give credit to the chin of Marcus Obregon as well, because Makepula has landed at times flush, but Obregon has taken it all very, very well. And Makepula is not a light puncher by any means.
Well, I think Obregon's done very well under the circumstances. I really thought he was going to be stopped or knocked over in a few rounds, but he's done exceptionally well. I think many people gave him a chance to go the full 12 rounds.
Makepula doing some nice work.
He's picked it up here now at the end of the round. Good shots coming in from Makepula at the end of round 11.
Well, I think the crowd almost felt that Obregon was hurt in that last exchange, but I really don't think he was.
Look at his face, Nick. His eyes are clear. He's all right.
He seems to have a cast iron chin, as Marcus Obregon. Just your average Argentinian fighter. Good chin.
Makepula come on strongly at the end of the round. Possibly have to give the round to Obregon just for honest endeavour, 3/4 of the round.
And spoil our scorecard.
Well, it won't be 11-0, it's only 10-1.
se quedó. Respirando, vamos. Respirando, vamos. Respirando. Este es el último round, Marco. Este es el último round y me dijiste que querías llevar algo a tu casa. Entonces quiero que lo lleves. No quiero que lo regales.
Well, Makepula in the unfamiliar position of having his back to the ropes. It was as if Makepula said to himself, all right, I'm going to back up for a while now, make him come to me, and I'll just hone my skills, my counter-punching skills. It's quite scientific, I think, from Makepula. Well, it hasn't really reached any great heights. It's been a good professional performance from Hawk Makepula. He's a mile ahead on points. Marcus Obregon has been content to survive. Makepula, a bit of showboating to start this 12th and final round. I think he's conscious of the fact that this hasn't really, from a spectator point of view, been a great fight.
Very little to cheer about this fight, Nick. I suppose you have to call it a dull fight.
Well, let's hope it's the calm before the storm. Maybe Jake McLaren against Peter Culshaw up next. Culshaw, the champion. McLaren, the challenger. And the WBU Flyweight title at stake.
Does Hawk Makepula have to pace himself, Nick? Has he battled to make the junior flyweight limit? Possibly this is a reason?
I don't think so, Ron. I think it's just the defensive skills and a good chin from Marcus Obregon. You can't knock everybody out unless you're Thomas Hearns.
Well, I suppose
even he couldn't.
Marcus Obregon has surprised a lot of people because I don't think anybody expected him to be here in the 12th round with Hawk Makepula. But he really has got very little skills when he comes forward. He knows how to pick up the punches, a good body movement.
It hasn't been a clinical performance from Makepula because that would imply that he really took his man to the cleaners. It's certainly been a very polished performance from Makepula.
A little bit disappointing, Nick. I thought, I expected more. I really thought it'd be better against a man of Obregon's caliber.
You're not satisfied with anything less than a knockout, then?
I wanted him to knock him out.
I bet you're not the only one sitting here ringside, I tell you what.
It hasn't made for an exciting fight, but as I say, it's possibly a clash of styles. And the style of Obregon hasn't made for a good fight. But all credit to Makepula, he's done what he's had to do.
And for Darryl Rubink, it's been a pretty quiet fight too. Mind you, he did have to throw Vianney Bungu out of the corner.
I see he's creeping back now.
Yeah, he can't stay out of the ring, the beast.
A little bit of a flurry there from Obregon coming back at Makepula.
Well, this one is coming to its conclusion. And the conclusion will be a very clear points win for Hawk Makepula.
Just remember they're scoring on a 20-point must system. They don't get a surprise if they're talking 200 and something to 200 and something, or 200 and something to 100 and something. It's most unusual because we're not used to that big amounts or the big numbers. Well, I don't think we're going to see a knockout here. That's it. It's going to be 12 rounds. I didn't see how the judges score this one, Nick.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll stick my neck out and say one of the judges will score this fight 240-216. In other words, a clear shutout for Makepula. Makepula looks as if he may have hurt his knee, just limping away there.
I saw that, I think it was one of the rounds. It must have been about the 9th or 10th. He pulled back, and it just looked like there was something wrong, you know?
I must say, I only just picked it up at the bell there, but certainly looking as if he's having a few problems with the left knee. I think it is the left knee. That seems to be the one he's favouring. Right, time for the crowd to have a smoke break as we wait for Baby Jake McFarlane against Peter Culshaw. Well, Obregon putting on a valiant effort at the bell. He left it until the last 30 seconds to really try and take the fight to Hawk Makepula, which was disappointing, I suppose, in itself.
But you must all credit to Obregon to go the distance, you know, because I don't think anybody expected him to really stretch the champion. He didn't, but he stayed the distance.
No, he's a limited fighter, you can see that, because even here, when he's trying to come forward, really it's Makepula that's scoring.
See, limping there from Makepula.
Yeah.
Possibly hurt that knee, strained it slightly.
Bit of concern on the face of Zimbabwe as well.
I think it was just a strain, because I think it was must be at the 10th. I saw him sort of step back and he just stumbled a bit.
Well, I am not sure, and that's why I'm speechless, whether these are Hawk's children or not. I'm looking around ringside for confirmation, and nobody seems to know. But he's a young man to have children.
Well, the one looks fairly big, isn't it? Well,
it could be Z's children, of course.
It looks like our announcer, has he got the scores there?
So Marcos Obregon,
Duncan Pollock, I think, has got the scores now.
Argentinian challenger. As you can see, they know the result of the foregone conclusion. Let's find out, though, from Duncan Pollock just how wide those margins are.
Ladies and gentlemen, this WBU Junior Flyweight World Championship contest went to the scorecards. Our judges have scored the fight as follows. Judge Eddie Marshall scores the fight 240 points to 223 points. Judge Howard Goldberg scores the fight 240 points to 225 points. Judge Dave Stone scores the fight 240 points to 216 points.
They are all 12
Ladies and
rounds,
gentlemen, it went to the scorecards in February this year, and it goes to the scorecards again in May. Presenting the belt to the winner is Fight Commissioner Bobby Rogers, still the WBU Junior Flyweight Champion of the World, South Africa's Makepula.
Well, they were big margins, well, I must pat myself on the back. I told you one of the judges would score at 240-216.
I gave one round to Obregon. I thought that would be generous, you know. But really, it wasn't a good fight, Nick. Very difficult opponent in Obregon, made it very, very difficult for Hawk. But he's retained his title, and that's what he came to do.
Well, Obregon leaving the ring quite quickly. Hawk Makepula will bathe in the glow here at the Big Top Arena, Carnival City, which is a wonderful venue for boxing. It really is. And, well, I see a few people getting up and stretching, and, in fact, perhaps leaving just for a breath of fresh air, but believe me, they'll all be back in for the next one. Just looking at some closing action in the round. Didn't tell the full story because Obregon did try really, certainly in the last 30 seconds of the fight, to take the fight to Makepula. Far too late, though, and he just didn't have the armory to trouble the WBU champion, who makes yet another successful defense and goes to 18-0 now. Hawk Makepula giving thanks in his own special way. Still limping quite noticeably into the corner. Hawk Makepula, belt secure around his waist.
Victorious Hawk Makepula, champion of the whole world in the WBU Junior Flyweight. Congratulations.
Thanks, Pumlana. Firstly, I would like to thank God for giving me strength, power, and the success, man. Secondly, I would like to dedicate this title to my friend called Jack Malan. I think he will pass, he will leave us 2 weeks to come.
Which is the bad thing.
Which is the bad thing to me, because he's a close friend to me. I thought he will carry my belt today to the ring, but unfortunately for me.
There is sad news, Bramzi. Congratulations.
Thank you, Pumlane. People, they will always think that the fight are not easy until you get into the ring. The guy was very slick, and the guy, we couldn't pin him as much as we wanted. And unfortunately, my guy at the later stage, he was caught by some cramps. Started from one leg and then again from to another leg. At some stage, I said, don't even attack, just stay on the ropes. But because he's got the heart to fight, he kept on wanting to fight. But nevertheless, the most important thing is to keep the title and convincingly. That is very important.
Thank you very much, Mzimgune. Thank you very much, Hawk. And back to our commentators. Thank you.